Carlson.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. It's very, very early in the morning here, but I'm very excited to talk to you about this film. So wide awake. Well, I'll first say congratulations on Trust. I always like going into films knowing as little as possible, don't watch the trailer, like to be surprised.
Oh,
So
nice.
so I like that this kind of took like the home invasion sort of thriller and then escalated it in all different ways. And I know that like this is your third feature as a director, and like I guess because there was such a tonal shift between Blazing World and Upgraded, and then this is like another beast as well. Like I guess what was the seed of this film? And
Mm.
at what point did you know that this was a story that you wanted to tell?
The script came to me. I had just, I had like a rough cut of Upgraded. I was still in that energy and it came across my table and I connected to this challenge of contained survival thriller. Okay, interesting. I'm kind of reading it through that lens, and then I really connected to the Lauren character. I was very personally invested in it, and so I was like, fuck yeah, bring it on, let's do it. And I'm very motivated by challenges, and so it was more just like, oh, like this is a rough sea. Let me see if I can kind of thread the needle on Blazing World and Upgraded and bring what I've learned into this space and see if I can make it work.
Mm. And like, I mean, the role, Sophie, like the amount of like vulnerability, but also like physical ferocity that's required of her. Like, I guess, how did you and Sophie like calibrate that transformation from just like emotional collapse to like that survival mode?
Well, sometimes it's like you meet with an actor and suddenly you just see it all in your head and
Mm.
you just know that they can do it. They can sail there. And that's how I felt when I met Sophie. She has a creative confidence that is
Mm.
contagious and incredibly generous. And she was so phenomenal to work with. And everything made sense to me once I met her and once we started working on this
Yeah.
together.
Was there any moment that surprised you in terms of like her interpretation or like an instinct that you hadn't anticipated for the character?
Yeah, the process was full of surprises. We were kind of in each other's head, it felt like. I felt like she was it was a really amazing experience directing her because she has incredible flexibility, I think,
Mm.
with her performance level and energy. And it was a joy to edit because she made lots of unexpected choices and it was incredible to sift through it, put
And
it
one of like
together.
one of the other great things, like I guess like the Airbnb is pretty much like a character in itself, like there's like the isolation, claustrophobia, but then it also feels, very inviting as well. I guess how did you approach like did the design, I guess like shooting that space, like because it's like so beautiful and menacing at the same time. Like I guess how did you go about, bringing this house to life, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was really specific about the location. It could have been a cabin, it could have just been like a little shack that she gets stuck in. But I was like, but she wouldn't, that's not where this character would go and
Mm.
retreat to. And I think one of the challenges of the movie is to stay in this room while you have this beautiful, Airbnb, this kind of like the lush, inviting places you want to explore in the house, but you're stuck. Like it's frustrating. And so I wanted the tapestry around her to feel um, this kind of like Tarkovsky, strange, inviting colors. Yeah, it was very intentional. And we shot in Mexico City. So, the locations in Mexico City are amazing. And once I saw that house, I was in love with it.
Hmm. I was going to ask you about like I guess like the color, the lighting, like the framing, like what kind of like visual language choices did you make that I guess helped signal the power, like the shift between the power dynamics between all the characters? Was there anything like intentional there for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the palette was intentional. I think there's this kind of pale blue. There's this like muted blue color that comes up quite a bit. That is like a call to the first audition scene. Everything is sort of unfolding and
Mhm.
inside of the web of this initial moment where she like books a job that is going to take her down such a dark path that she
Mhm.
has to reclaim her power from. And yeah, I think color palette and I worked really closely with my DP Alejandro Martinez, and he's phenomenal with this visual language that we created, and everything is very intentional. Yes.
Was it, I mean, and like there isn't this isn't so much like a survival story, it's also more like a betrayal story as well, I guess. Like how did you explore the idea that emotional danger can be just as, destabilizing as physical danger?
Oh yeah. I mean, the name, the title of the movie is like every single person in her life can't be trusted.
Mhm.
Like down to the assistant that sends her to this place that's actually not protected at all. You know what I mean? Like she's being she's being attacked kind of spiritually from every angle. And I think it's really terrifying, the isolation.
I did
Um
I was like, it was funny that you mentioned the assistant because I'm like, it could have been something that I read into, but I was watching it going like, yeah, I don't entirely trust, and obviously like nothing like once
it's not
she's
sinister.
no, but like there's just something about her, like the way that she looks at her, and I was like, I don't know if I can trust you. And then obviously it went in a completely different direction. But I like that there was sort of just little looks and like conversations that we only hear one side of, where you just realize like, yeah, just how much is going on around Lauren that she can't control. Like it was really, really great to see all these little things like, peppered throughout.
Yeah, yeah.
And like as a director and an actor yourself, like I guess did the experience like shape, like as an actor, does that sort of shape the way that you direct Sophie as well?
It did. I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, I understood the character quite well. And so when Sophie and I started getting in the weeds and really creating the emotional experience and the arc of the movie, we were able to have a kind of shorthand and a
Mm,
language together that was really helpful, and that I feel like a big part of why we had it was because I've been an actor, and especially a semi-child actor. Like I started
mm,
working when I was like 15, 16, and she started working at a similar age. And being a child in the workplace is a very strange dynamic.
mm.
So you could relate to that.
And if you found yourself in Lauren's position, I guess like do you know what the first thing you'd actually do would be? Like did you sort of have those conversations as to like, oh, you'd say you want to get out of there, but if you're locked in a room, like you don't really know. But like did you ever sort of think about like, oh, what would I do in this situation?
Absolutely. At every turn, I was piecing it together like a puzzle in my head, right there alongside it. And what's really funny is I'm about to start shooting another movie in Mallorca, Spain right now. And on our tech scout last week, I got locked in a bathroom and the door handle fell off. And I was locked in there for 20 minutes
Nah.
inside of a cave bar, a literal cave. Nobody was there. Everybody had already gotten on the bus to leave the tech scout. And so I just was like, oh my God, this is the plot of trust. Like, finally got out, but it took 20 minutes.
That's like, yeah,
Shouting,
that's like
shouting. I was
that,
shouting. I'm like shouting for somebody. And then finally somebody heard me. It was
Yeah,
bananas.
that's like nightmare fuel that you just like don't think about. You're like the being in a room and like either the locking, the handle coming off, the lock not working. That's just like yeah, that'll be almost scarier than half the stuff that's out there. But like the way that this film came together was really, really impressive because like you just sort of think it's going somewhere and it goes somewhere else, and it's so nice to like have a film that subverts expectation and work within this genre that we continually think we know about, and then we have something like this that surprises us. And perhaps it's just me being a gay man, but I'm always just like the more we have women in front of the camera, behind the camera, doing all the things, all the better for it. So I just want to say like congratulations on this film because yeah, it's just we just need to have more female storytellers and female directors. So congratulations so much.
Peter, thank you.